Hi, welcome back, and today I'm trying two Aldi ciders. It's the Twisted Tree own brand, if you like. I've got a rosé and I've got a vintage. Now, it's my bugbear that sort of craft ciders or sort of certainly the majority of supermarket ciders don't have any information on the back. So all this one says is rosé cider. That's about it. Contains sulfites. Does tell me that it's vegan, which is nice if you're a vegan. But other than that, it doesn't tell me anything. I couldn't tell you if it's made with 100% apples or 35% apple juice or, 52, 41, what, it just hasn't got it on there, which is a disappointment. So again, it's the same for the vintage. Again, also vegan. Again, contains sulfates, and there is absolutely diddly squat on the back of the can. It does tell me on the base of the can that it's and I'm so glad I did this before I opened it, it's a 2019 vintage. So I gather the reason they put it on the base of the can is that they use the same wrap, and whenever the vintage changes, they just change the date stamp on the back. Okay, so going to open the rosé first because I'm assuming this is going to be slightly sweeter, and then we'll get on to the vintage. So I must admit, I chose these because of the design, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Always been a sucker for a bit of good design. As I said, as far as I know, this sort of Twisted Tree brand has been around for a little while, and I've seen other reviewers do it on the internet, but in a various different wraps. So I couldn't tell you, when this one changed. Okay, so there we have the rosé. Okay, we're picking that up there. It's a lovely sort of blush, as you'd expect. Slight perfumey on the nose, but not a great deal. Okay, well, I'm really surprised with that. I was expecting, usually rosés are slightly sweeter, and I'm not getting that. It's quite a refreshing flavour. A little bit sour. It's not a big depth of flavour, there's no real body to it. So, okay, so not bad, but not a big, packet of flavour that sort of lingers. If I had to describe that, I would say that would make an absolutely cracking, refreshing summer cider. Okay, so that's the rosé. What is that? This one's 4%, and again, you're not really getting anything really. Ciders can be very subtle, and so they are to be respected, because you could easily drink a lot of that and make a fool of yourself, because there's no hint that it's 4% at all. This one is a 6.8, so I'm expecting a little bit more from this one, bit of a fuller flavour. Okay, so we've got a golden cider, or very light cider if you are. There we go. So very pale. Oh yeah. A little bit more going on the nose. Sort of that sort of whiff of apples with a very sort of slight vinegary twist to it, but not vinegar. It's something that I associate with a good cider. Okay, much bigger flavour. That's not bad at all. I'm really quite impressed with that. But again, I couldn't tell you if this is a single variety or, you know, the percentage of apple juice. I'm banking that this has got quite a high percentage of apple juice. That's not to say that this one doesn't have it, but I'm getting that bigger flavour. And I've reviewed a couple of other sort of Henry Weston's vintage ciders. I'm getting that type of big flavour from this one. So yeah, I'm very impressed with both of these. Two distinct different flavours, as you'd expect from a rosé and a vintage, but not the sort of very light, empty flavours you might get with you know, the lower end of the market. And these weren't expensive. I think they're about £1.13 each. I do live in Wales. We do have a minimum pricing unit, so you might be able to get them a little bit cheaper. And I'm very impressed. I would say this one, the rosé, I describe as a light summer sort of refreshing drink, slightly sour notes. And the vintage, you know, quaffable, but it's 6.8, so to be respected, and a much fuller, bolder flavour. So there you go. Try them for yourself. They should be available in most Aldi supermarkets. I hope you're enjoying these. If you are, please hit the like and subscribe. And as ever, be good to yourselves.